you guys are traveling through the woods up here. And you get to you're like exiting the forests now. You're exiting, these are like dark purple, like lolly pines and then like peppermint trees around them. You start getting into the rocky, like high mountains. You're going through a pass in this deep crevice with sort of, rocky ledges on either side of the actual Great Stone Candy Mountains. You look up ahead and you see that in the middle of the pass, there is a fallen rock on top of what looks like there's a very small shit, like a child trying to pull an even like smaller child out from under a fallen rock. And you see a tiny little gingerbread boy with a little kind of like Peter Pan cap and the classic, like he's almost like two-dimensional and, got like little buttons. And he's going, oh, jeez! Oh, no! The rock fell down! Oh, little guy, my little buddy! Don't worry, we're gonna get you help, pal! Oh!
I shoot him.
Wait. I do want to make an insight check.
Me too. Sure. Insight check before I shoot.
Honestly, as Liam lifts his bow, I go, that feels right.
I got a 21.
I got another fucking 1.
Fucking 1, cool.
I also got a nat 1.
Nat 1.
I got 21. I charged towards the ginger. I'm going to say, I got a 1. And Leopold will try to help this
fucking bread, y'all. Wake up. These are my mountains.
We all motherfuckers eat bread.
This is a perfect ambush location.
Theo rushes forward to help. As you rush forward, you rush up to this little gingerbread boy, and he goes, golly, mister, thanks so much.
I fire.
I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you.
All right. So what's my dex?
Or your dexterity savings in your saving throws column.
Interesting.
You got +7.
+7. Good thing, because that's a 15.
15, you jump out of the way and your shot flies off as a net shoots up from the ground. And you guys see that the walls of the cliff around you on either side fill with about 40 people holding crossbows.
And I'm in a net.
And you give me a dexterity saving throw if you'd be so kind.
That's a 2. 1, 1, 2. Murph's back, baby. That's unreal.
You go up in the net with the little gingerbread boy who brings the doll he's holding. He was holding a little doll, was what he was trying to pull out from under the rock. He's holding it and he pulls out a little like lollipop shard knife as he goes up in the net with you and holds it to your throat and goes, I'm gonna put my knife inside you.
What are
right
you?
Inside you.
Why?
I don't give a shit.
Where do you live?
I'll end your fucking life.
Where are your parents?
Oh, they're dead.
Why are they dead?
I put them in the fucking ground.
Why?
Why? Oh, because they wanted to send me to a little Bulbian monastery.
I don't like the bulb either.
As you say that, you see that there is you see he shouts up and says, hey, Gooey, this guy says he doesn't like the bulb. And you see that there is a like deep sort of like dark purple with like red hair, chocolate warrior woman who's armored, who just one half of her face is melting. She just looks like she's been horribly burned. She goes, Swifty, you say we have some enemies of the church down there. Sounds like it, unless this guy's a little fucking liar.
I'm not a liar, but
you know what I do to liars, right?
The
same thing I do to everybody.
What'd you do to your parents?
Stab them.
I know, your parents.
I'm a fucked up little guy.
You're a fucked up little guy. Look, this has been a recent thing, but fuck the bulb.
Yeah, fuck the bulb.
We don't like
child stabs everyone.
You see that this enormous Viking-looking kind of chocolate guy with this deep chocolatey beard steps out. He's got like a horned helmet. You see that everyone sort of clanks their weapons at the same time as he steps out on a ledge. You see that that Gooey looks over to him and says, what do you think, John Bon?
My man's name is John Bon.
You see he looks down at you and says, John Bon John.
Do I say my name?
You see he looks and says,
Enemies of the church. Enemies of the church have business with the queen.
You hear the ringing off the walls. You hear, "Long live the queen! Long live the queen!
I look at
Long
Karen
live
Melinda.
the queen!"
This is good. This is good.
She looks at it and says, "I think so."
Who is your queen?
You see that John Bond looks over to Gooey and goes,
Who's our queen?
Gooey looks back and looks over at Swifty, the little gingerbread man, and says, "Who is our queen?" Swifty goes, "Who the fuck is our queen?"
Do
Yeah,
none of you
that's
know?
what we are.
You're not.
Oh, and he stabs you a little bit.
How? Why?
I
No.
hold my bow up in the air. I go,
Look,
I'm
this is-
from the House of Rocks. I'm Liam Wilhelmina. I live in these mountains. Take this net down immediately.
"Oh, it's Count Freezyberg, the Jawbreaker's boy." You shoot him?
fire
Yeah.
at that fucking
Go
thing.
for it. Shoot him.
Yeah, interesting. That's 16.
16 is going to hit. So you can go ahead and roll damage.
16 hits that little boy.
Hit that little boy.
It's your first attack of the day.
Let's see. I get a lot with this one.
Fuck that little shit up.
Get sneak attack.
Yeah, you do, because he's next to
We're all gonna die.
Theo.
So, let's see, 14, 20.
I am going to use Swirl Warden and use my reaction to take the shot from Liam.
You take the damage.
What are you doing?
Liam, calm down, okay?
You see,
If this little guy wanted to slit my throat, he would have done it. He's very stabby. He's only stabbed me a little bit.
I only look like a kid. I'm 43 years old.
Gerald, talk.
Knew it.
Oh, you see, he looks and says, "I used to be married."
Okay. What happened to
Well, I don't care. I don't care.
Why?
Giving us backstory.
Why
He was
did you wait in your marriage?
the
Can we
queen.
talk to anyone else?
You see, he says, "Oh, sure, you can all talk to the queen."
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
want
would
that.
like to talk.
You
We
see,
have
you see, they start going to the queen.
Oh, no.
You see that these guys all are wearing like makeshift armor. They have like nasty, weird weapons. They look like everything they have looks like it was taken off of a bloody fucking corpse. And they scale and rappel down the mountainside, surround you guys, and begin to manacle all of you. Just
Can I try to get out of it?
I make sure that my thieves' tools are hidden in my hand. So I can,
give me a sleight of hand check.
I've these tools also.
You want to sleight of hand him? Cool.
with advantage or no?
Yes, you can do.
Yeah, 23.
yeah.
17.
Cool. You stash these away, and they begin to march you down the track. And then you see that John Bond moves this enormous boulder and a hidden path that is part of a crevice that is like almost just from the natural formation of the rock is like hidden from view as you walk past it. They begin to single file march you guys down. All of you have like 5 of these like marauders in between you. They're all Candian, you see, but all of them look like fucked up or messed up. A lot of them have tattoos in old sucrose, like sweetening path stuff. None of them have anything Bulbian on them. You see that some of them have necklaces of like Ceresian or Vegetanian ears on like a leather thong. Some of them have like stolen religious relics that have been defiled or marred and like broken. They look
Jets people.
Cousin, I think these are Candian hillbillies.
Would I know any of these people? Would they know Count Jawbreaker? Or can I start talking to people about that?
give me a wisdom check. Just a flat wisdom check. Let's call it DC 15.
Okay. 10.
Cool. You don't recognize any of these people personally, but they look like mountain folk. Although it's weird. Look, some of them, like John Bond, is clearly mountain folk, but some of them look like Candian sailors. One person's talking in like a Port Syrup accent. Other people seem to be from the West Cape, or you even hear like one person that might be from like Dulcington or something. But all of them, none of them look like they've been in civil society for years. These are not like people who are like, hey, maybe I'll join this like Marauders gang because times are hard. These are like people who have been living this life for a while. And you see that Swifty gets out of your net and says, "I'll go give word to base camp." And he is gone. There's just a blast of wind, and he tears down the track and is vanished in a second.
Run as fast as you can.
That's right, motherfucker! Fuck your shit up! Fastest gingerbread man in the Great Station!
Shit up?
Right up! I don't give a fuck! And you see, he just screams off into the mountains.
Honestly, I'm happier that he's gone.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he's not around. His voice is at a pitch that is truly.
Sometimes I can't hear it. I feel like I'm too old to hear it.
I can hear every moment of it, and it's terrible. I'd never wanted to be older more.
You guys are brought through this pass. Cara Melinda looking around, getting the impression that she's probably not the queen.
Theobald has also realized that at this point.
You are brought to a giant cliff face that you see is full of like ledges. There's like an old, like there's menhir stones, there's standing stones with sucrosi runes, kind of like in the Sugar Plum Fairy Grove near Castle Candy. And it looks like there's an ancient fortification here that is like pre-brick and mortar. It's like just stacked stones built into like the natural formations of the cliffside. This place is like old. It is covered in a layer of snow, and it is freezing here. Cold wind blows through this place. You see that this place has even more marauders. There's like probably 100 or 200 here. And as they bring you in, they begin to march you into the caves that are illuminated by this sort of glowing, freezing light as you enter. And you can see right away that this is not alchemical light. There is something magical at work here.
I think I just remembered a thing in our last fight where I remember when Liam was shooting his bow, I felt a similar maybe feeling presence. Is that, can I make a check to see if that feels?
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
So it's a 2.
2? Cool. You're looking around. This place is wild. Even with a 2, it's powerful magic emanating from this place. But you don't see a similarity to Liam's thing here necessarily. You march through and you begin to hear and the vibe of this queen, this is not like royal fanfare purely. You sense that the devotion of these followers to their queen borders on the religious. You are brought into this giant hall illuminated with these ice blue torches being lit. You smell sugar and vanilla and freezing mint and deep rich chocolate and a little hint of some cherry. It's like a little cherry on top. You hear this chanting continue. And 2 huge braziers are lit. And as the fire begins to glow, the light creeps up the stairs as the fires expand. You see that the woman Gooey stands on the other side of the beginning of these steps going up this dais to an enormous throne still in shadow. And as the light extends, as the fires grow brighter, she calls out, "All kneel for Her Majesty, Queen Saccharina of the House of Frostwhip, first of her name, sovereign ruler of Candia and the Sugarlands, witch queen of the Dairy Sea, and high priestess of the Sweetening Path, archmage of Lost Sucrosia, and enemy of the Faith, the Sunday sorceress and storm captain of the Frosted Fleet." The fire rages to its utmost height, and you see for the first time the figure seated in the throne as your captors slam you to your knees. Emily, you want to come in?
What?
Why?
Is she gooey?
What?
Are you Swifty?
Yeah!
Oh my god, you're so annoying.
I'm back, baby, and I got spell card.
Oh my god. god, that's even more than I have. How do we do this? How do we get all spelly again?
As the fire reaches the throne, Emily, could you please describe the figure they see illuminated, towering over the hall?
Okay. So I'm basically like a warrior ice cream sundae. I have sort of like a caramel cape going down my back. I've got sort of cherry epaulets, very military but also sweet. And then I've got a mohawk that's like dyed to be the colors of Neapolitan ice cream. And at my side I have Winter Scoop, the spooning staff, and then I've also got 2 swords.
What? Yes, indeed, this woman is partially armored, holding a clearly magical staff in the shape of a giant, like wood-wrought spoon frosted with ice cream on the top.
I'm also wearing plate mail.
Yes, that's correct. And then has a full, like, long sword, short sword bound set with the magical sword Freezer Burn at her side. You behold Saccharina. Saccharina, you see the prisoners have been brought to you.
I use my mage tools to undo my thing, but still look
too.
like I'm being held.
Yeah. And I also use my mage hand to unlock everybody else's.
I would have freed you soon enough. Hi.
We're not free.
Well, I mean, no one really is in a monarchy if you think about it, right?
Wow.
Aren't you a queen?
Yes. I am the legal heir. Well, rather, I am the legal queen of Candia and the Sugarlands.
Queen Caramelinda looks at you and says, by what claim are you legal queen of Candia?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I introduced as Saccharina Frostwhip? Some other people might know me as Saccharina Gee.
Word travels really fast. I'm Liam. I am also from these Candy Mountains.
Ah, yes. Oh, you're the child of Jawbreaker.
Yes, exactly.
I have heard such wonderful things about all of your mothers and fathers.
Yes, they're great. I was wondering, since you know who I am, you could let me go and I could shoot that gingerbread guy in the face.
Swifty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't
Love to see you try, asshole!
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
I get out of my chains. I didn't need it.
Honestly, Swifty's a sick fuck. Take a stab at him.
Ah!
You're stupid if you think I wouldn't be into it.
What?
He's gonna like it. Just
You
don't
want
hurt
to
him.
die?
Life is torture!
I kind of agree. Can I make Swifty my new familiar?
Friends with him, Leo?
Look, he kind of reminds me a lot of Preston. Preston always had a weird look in his eye.
Who's Preston? I don't have context for this.
I stand up. So, I'm looking at my daughter.
You said it, not me. Don't worry, I'm not here to sort of rekindle some relationship or make up for lost time. I have no illusions about any of that. But I do think that we could all be of use to each other.
I mean, I believe that, definitely.
Yeah.
I guess one thing, starting this this already poor relationship off with some bad news. No longer is House Rock's heir to the throne. I've been dethroned, and Jordan of House Jawbreaker is now king.
Well, you were excommunicated, but the daughter of your legal marriage still has a claim to the throne. And perhaps a less controversial one than Jawbreaker, who is in open rebellion with the Concord.
Right? I mean, shit.
I'm sorry, are we supporting this person?
Everyone here, go ahead and give me a flat intelligence check.
14.
11.
10.
Or actually, history.
Oh, sweet.
In that case, 11.
My history is worse than my intelligence.
What I say, 14?
Mm-hmm.
I said 14.
Yeah.
That's actually 16.
Theobald, as Saccharina speaks, by the way, you see that Sacharina's forces, as you guys stand and take your manacles off, all of them back away.
Let me make you more comfortable. I'd create bonfire for them.
In a raw display of magic, Saccharina creates a roaring warm fire in front of you.
I like it a lot colder than most people, but I'm sympathetic to other people's temperatures.
Theobald, you recognize that what Saccharina has just said is profoundly accurate. If Saccharina is who she says she is, if she is the daughter of Amethar Rox and Catherine Gee, that means that even with excommunicating Amethar, the Pontifex could not have expelled Candia from the Concord if the crown didn't pass to Joran Jawbreaker, which means that all of this, all of Ciabatta being in Dulcington and Castle Candy, all of this is wrong. Is actually, in other words, the Dairylands wouldn't be in any danger of supporting you. And in fact, Vegetania, everybody else, there is no removal of Candia from the Concord if the crown didn't pass to Joran. And if this person is telling the truth, then that means the crown didn't pass to Joran. It passed to her.
I'd like to cast a message and relay that to my king.
Can I make an insight check as to whether or not I believe this person to be?
Give me an insight check with advantage.
Yeah, that's gonna be 19.
With a 19, what does Amethar see on your face?
He sees Catherine Gee's eyes, for sure.
Not only do you see Catherine Gee's eyes, you see a familiar swagger. Obviously, Saccharina has a very unique bearing. From how she got introduced, she's here as a witch queen deep in the mountains with a band of marauders serving her in a reverent tone. You see Catherine Gee's eyes, and you see that as she sort of stands at the front of her throne, her standing in a manner of confidence and unafraid welcome matches a pose that you recognize in yourself.
I message back to Theobald. Yeah.
Now, I hope you don't mind. As soon as I heard what the nets dragged in, I prepared a little feast for you. I assumed you would all be hungry.
Oh, wow. I'm pretty hungry.
Forgive us, Lady Saccharina.
Forgiven. Moving on.
We've been betrayed quite a few times recently. What, if you knew we were coming, why were we brought in nets?
Oh, I didn't know you were coming. I didn't mean to catch you in the net. What I've been trying to catch in the net is people who are trying to attack me. That was a mere coincidence, but Swifty ran ahead and told me of the sort of arcane power of the party that he had just picked up. And I suppose I didn't know I was preparing a feast for my father and my little sister and a cotton candy man.
We're actually related to very distantly.
Is your cousin Cumulus?
I actually recognize you. Are you of the Order of the Spinning Star?
Yes.
I can just feel Lazuli's fingerprints all over you.
Oh, please, you don't.
I don't what?
You're not my sister. And you're not my queen.
Honestly, I don't need to be either.
Good.
You see that Gooey kneels in front of you and says, Your Majesty, my queen, I'm sorry that we accosted your family so roughly. In the manner of their dress, we thought they were Bulbians, come up the pass from Muffinfield. My apologies, Your Majesty.
I thought kind of like the shirt. I like it. Is this Bulbian? Camo?
It's a little Bulbian. A lot of the Bulbian missionaries wear camo. They come up here with their guitars and their camo.
No.
They sing songs.
How do you know of Lazuli?
Well, I've studied just about everything she's ever done. I am her niece after all, so I've seen her in some dreams. Long ago. But I also... I'm chasing... Oh, sorry, yes?
What?
Forgiven.
No, thank you. So polite. Whoa, it's almost unnerving.
I'm on a quest to unearth some of her more explosive studies.
Can I make an insight check to see if
Can I also? Theobald is very interested in this. Hell yeah. That is a 21.
16.
16. Okay, Cumulus, what are you looking for in Saccharina?
Raw size 36C.
2 scoops.
Actually 3. That's a Sunday.
I'm trying to understand what she means by explosive studies.
You focus your sight on her. With a 16, you have not seen anyone this powerfully magical since the Archmage Lazuli. Immediately, the thought crosses your mind about all of the lost secrets, the fact that, like you said before, all of these arcane and powerful machines and spells and arcane focuses that the Archmage Lazuli had created have been worn and lost to time and beyond repair, and none of your order know how to fix them. You think of your teleportation room, you think of all of the standing stones around the countryside, and you look at Saccharina and immediately see someone with the arcane power to bring some of that old world back.
Can I have like a tiny storm happening in my hand?
I know she's just showing off.
I don't like it.
I hate this.
You think about the exhaustion of maintenance, which is what the Order of the Spinning Star has done, just trying to prevent the loss of anything more. And a feeling comes over Cumulus of having spent so much of your life fighting just to prevent loss, seeing someone that could actually bring things back.
I think Cumulus bows.
Thank you. A handshake will do, though. I lean down from the desk.
You see that your marauders start bringing out tables and mess halls. Like, there's clearly an amount of like royal reverence here, but also you guys are like marauders in the mountains. So like some rough-hewn tables and like candy and food starts coming out. Big cauldrons of getting a little Robin Hoodie in here for sure. Theobald, you got a 21, right?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I think to Theo, she's kind of saying all of the right things. And I think I just look down at my new familiar princess and I go, Jet Lazuli, should we trust her?
Hold on a second. Bites your hand.
Well, you do that all the time, but that's not super helpful, Princess.
Bites it 3 times.
Oh, okay. That seems different. I also bow.
Again, we shake hands here. No one has gotten the memo, but yeah.
Cousin, I know that this is enormously complicated, but I think that this is a very good thing.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing, but the truth is, Your Highness, Majesty.
You can just call me Saccharina. I am your daughter.
Great, Saccharina. As much as a feast would be pleasant right now, we are currently committed to defending Candia, which is currently under attack by the Bulbian Church, and we really have no time for a feast.
I suppose first off, I am delighted to hear that time is of the essence to you, because it is for me as well. I merely offered a feast as a sort of olive branch.
We do need to eat.
And we do have a very hospitable guest room, 4 times like this. No one's ever stayed in it, so the registrar is empty, but that doesn't matter. The point is that Candia is currently under attack, but if you were to proclaim me queen, then the Pontifex would have no reason to come after Candia unless she wanted to show her true colors.
Well, except for the fact that you're clearly a heretic.
I don't believe she's ever gone after someone for just just rumor of heresy.
She went after Liam for rumors of heresy. She locked Liam up.
See, Manta Ray speaks up and says, "Well, I think she locked Master Wilhelmina up for casting a spell in the Grand Tourney. When it was just a rumor of the highway, no one had moved upon the Candian royal family. Basha Myaso is... everyone in the world knows that he follows the Great Beast, but he proclaims himself a Bulbian when he's in Comida."
There is a general respect from the Concord for the worship or practices in one's home country.
How would you know? You just came here out of nowhere. Where have you even been? Are you just hiding away?
No, unfortunately, in order to be seen as a penniless orphan who escaped a nunnery, I've had to very slowly work my way around this world and earn every single follower I've ever had. So no, I actually haven't hidden, because that would be certain death for someone born with nothing.
Enough! I take the crown off my head and I throw it. You want it? You got it. Now help us protect this place.
That is all I want to do.
Great.
Can I see how my mom is reacting to all of this?
She is full. This might as well happen. She is staring ahead with just a vacant look in her eyes of how bad could Amathar's mistake have gotten? Great, it's all the way as bad as it can get. With the exception being that, it's the extra. She makes eye contact with you. You see, she looks at you and says, "My daughter and I are going to take our meals in privacy. We've been traveling for a long time, and I think a private meal, less noise, and a bath would be welcome." She puts her arm around your shoulder and walks off with you. You just see the look in her face of processing the personal indignity of it all and the added injury of the political reality of Candia improving with the entrance of Amathar's offspring. That her claim, if it is respected and announced to the world, actually means something potentially very helpful for Candia. And the fact that that's true, and that immediately swallowing this is good for the realm means your mother hates it even more. She walks off with you.
I hate this so much.
She squeezes your